What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Jump. Today I'm dealing with a pretty interesting story, which I'm tying this into the whole Dr. Umar Johnson situation that I weighed in on last week. But today it revolves more or less around Meg the Stallion. And so many people are probably wondering why, but Meg the Stallion is now getting canceled for anti-Asian lyrics. Okay? There are a few Asian American activists who have found some racist slurs in her rhymes. And, there's even a song called No Heart that I don't even want to repeat what she called them, but it has since been removed. She has not apologized for it. Okay. And you even see some of the people that are speaking on this, for example, like here, Day Music. It still shocks me how Megan Thee Stallion is so effing racist, but no one seems to give a F. So when is your fave? It's okay to be racist? Then another person, so Megan Thee Stallion is racist towards Asians and like anime. Sorry, but pick a struggle. Now, I want to talk about this because Dr. Umar Johnson wanted to understand why Joe Biden is doing things for the Asian groups. The anti-Asian bills, all right? And why doesn't he do anything for blacks? I'm going to tie it back to this. Other communities, in my opinion, they're going to respond for any little thing that they feel that disrespect them. In my opinion, black people will respond if there's a white cop that kills a black person. That's the only kind of response you're going to see from the African American community. If a white cop kills a black person, then you'll see a lot of outrage. But insofar as to be insulted, like how Joe Biden said, if you vote for Donald Trump, you're not black, the outrage is not so significant. In other words, in my opinion, the African American community does not respect or value its people as much as Asian and Pacific Islander groups do. Okay? I'm going to say it again. In my honest opinion, the Asian and Pacific Islander groups, you can even include other groups, other whites, those of Ukrainian, Polish, Hungarian, Jews, they're going to make sure that you don't disrespect anything about their people, especially European Jews. They don't just wait until somebody shoots one of them to get outraged. They make sure that you don't even think about shooting them. They get you right away. Okay? They make it very clear up front that it is not okay for you to say anything about us. Point blank. If you do, there's repercussions. We want the song down. We want the channel down. We want everything down. We want apologies. That's how it works. The African American community don't act like that. And I'm going to tell you why. A lack of respect for one's people. I want to take some of you back down memory lane. For those of you who are a little bit older than me, or grew up in our same generation, we heard the stories about how our grandparents had to walk to school, and many of them had to drop out of school to help on the farm, which was my grandfather's situation in Lincoln, Missouri. He had to drop out of the school that he was going to help his family, and he had to work many jobs of labor. He was not an educated man, but he had to do what he could so that he could have a life for his kids. Same thing with my grandmother. My grandmother was cleaning house for white people when she moved to Sacramento, California in the late 1950s, and then became a beautician. But picked cotton. So did my mother, and so did my grandmother on my other side. So I understood the Great Migration of them coming from the Deep South and what they had to endure, the Jim Crow laws. The other groups who have come to America do not have that same experience. I'm not saying that they are not experiencing certain ramifications of racism and things like that, but they cannot align with that. But yet and still, in certain parts of the communities that we have, there is history of Asian-owned stores, nail shops and beauty supplies, Asian stores which have beat on black women. They have disrespected people. And instead of us as a group of people stopping our business there, what we have done is we still support them after those things. You guys remember that situation with the brother out of Chicago. I believe his name was Tyrone Muhammad. And brother Tyrone Muhammad went and broke a window out of a store that had abused an African-American woman and went to jail. And I remember the African Diaspora Network set up a GoFundMe and raised almost $20,000 for this brother to do what he did. He was a part of the Nation of Islam. And I said the brother was stupid, and he was. Because the very next day, even though the shop was even boarded up, you still had sisters going back to that shop. And they were patronizing the same people that disrespected our people. You will never find, in my opinion, if you disrespect one of these Asian stores or disrespect one of their businesses, or if they're your customer and you disrespect them, they're going to tell their people not to come support you. And they won't. I remember Brother Taylor Made Dreams was telling me that in Atlanta, before he came to the Dominican Republic, he said that, you know what, there is a Chinese restaurant that's very good here, but everything is in Chinese. A Chinese menu. If you really want to eat there, they will help you out. But the point of everything being in Chinese is that we don't really want your money. The fact is, our people will support what we're trying to do. So it's not important if you can't really read this. We don't want your money. Yet Negroes will still go there. And then when you look at the respect of one's people and the lack of it, how can one be upset that we don't have anything? How can we be upset that people don't want to do things for our folk when other people are respecting their people and their heritage more than we are? And I dare one of you, any of you, whose family has come from the South, whose family has come from the great oppression that our people did, why don't you love your people enough to care about our issues? Because they love their people. Isn't it sad? I mean, our people don't even love each other enough to stand up for each other. What your grandmother had to do, or your godmother had to do. It was so many people that couldn't barely read that helped me in my life to get to where I'm at right now. I'm a young man, but I'm from the old school. So that I can get educated. So that I can go to college. So that I can be somebody. And yet we will take American disrespect from other groups all the time. We won't check them on it, but they'll check us on theirs. And then there lies the problem why you don't get anything. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoon remains an all-time high. Check out the first comment at the top. Check out the Black Men at Perf t-shirts. Peace out.